Hello from a brand new camera. If you watched any very many of my videos, you'll know that I've been constantly plagued by audio issues. This is the camera I've been using. It's a motorcycle helmet camera. It does have an external audio jack and a waterproof internal microphone, but the waterproof internal microphone sounds like it's underwater, and the external jack is having more and more static and connectivity issues. I think it's a loose connection in there. So I decided to go ahead and spend a little money on, well, I already spent 25 bucks on a new microphone and that didn't even work. So I figure, well, this was 50 bucks. So it's like, hey, why not try a whole new camera that maybe is actually set up for the thing. So I got, so what did I get here? I got a little, just a little nothing camera, but it's the same resolution and video quality, at least it should be, as the Contour. The Contour, by the way, is an awesome helmet camera, just not great for what I'm using it for. I've got 2 batteries, handy little case. Oh, it also came with a little remote control, so that's kind of neat. Also, I got a used, non-broken throttle tube to replace the broken one on the bike. So I don't know. Ooh, that's going to have to be cleaned up. It's pretty nasty inside, but it's intact. That's the important thing. It's exactly the way the seller described it. So I'm going to clean this up, swap these out, and see if I can't get that throttle to work a little better. And then I also picked up some 1/4-inch fuel line. Mixed reviews on this guy. A lot of people say it lasts about a year and then it starts to deteriorate. Other people say it's the awesomest stuff they've ever used. So I'm going to use it at least temporarily because it's going to be a lot more flexible than the great big thick fuel line that's on there now. But I'll be doing that later. Well, good news. The new throttle guy goes in. Oh, really good. To get it to work right, I actually ended up loosening the cable sheaths, the cable jackets themselves. Man, it's hard to, I'm getting used to this. I need to get it in frame here. But these guys right here, I loosened them up, and now it works just perfect. Goes all the way one way and all the way the other. So now I can get that stuff tightened up and put back together. So in other news, the oil, well, it kind of looks like newish oil with water, a little bit of water in it. So yeah, I think it still had a little bit of water contamination left over from the original oil change. Not much though. I mean, anyway, I mean the stuff that came out originally was way worse. So I've got some parts taken off, got the oil drained, and time to get the rest of it off. Okay, first look at everything with the cover off. So we definitely have, is that in focus? I don't know, but we definitely have some stuff going on here. We got a little bit of white crud, we've got some rust, We got some rust inside there. I think those might be the drive plates that have gone all rusty. Let's see. We still got some goopy, whatever this stuff is. The cover seems okay. Here is that check valve ball. So, seems okay. Doesn't look rusty or anything. We got to remember there's a spacer right there. So it's interesting. The gasket, it didn't stick to the cover. It's all in there. I'm going to replace it anyway, but usually it tears itself up. Got my screws all in order here, so I can put them back the same way they went in, because there's a couple long ones. There. So yeah, it's time to remove those bolts a little bit at a time and see what horrible things we find inside that clutch assembly. Before I do that though, I'm going to put the gas tank back on because it's still over there dripping. Alright, well, here's everything. So these are the springs. They've got some kind of, I don't know if that's paint. I know some companies paint their springs so as to indicate how stiff they are. That's usually custom clutches and stuff. I don't have a whole lot of experience with that, but maybe that's paint. Otherwise, they look okay. There's a measurement that you take from one side of the spring to the other, and if it's within a certain range, the spring is good. So I will be checking that. All the bolts look in great shape. The bolts and the washers here, they all look pretty good, so I'm not too worried about them. The clutch, the plates on the other hand, are a different story. There's a lot of rusting going on the drive plates, so I think I better replace those. This came out all in one chunk, by the way, but you can see there's even more rust going on in there. So that's, I was kind of, that's, you know, a lot of people suggested that I push it down the road in neutral and then put it in gear real quick, and might break these guys loose, but seeing as how they've been exposed to watery oil and no oil for, you know, like 10 years, I really wanted to physically inspect those, and also I wanted to check on the on this little check valve for the oil pressure. Is that even in frame? Not really. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so it's actually, this right here is on the cover, and yeah, there's a little rubber seal and a steel ball, which is the valve, and a spring underneath. So when it gets up to 14 psi, it allows the oil to bypass the pump and go back up into the reservoir, I think. That's how that happens, so that it doesn't over-pressurize, since it is a pressurized oil system. So, where to start? Well, let's see if we can get these guys apart, huh? probably buy all this, huh? Yeah, that just looks terrible. So, I don't know if it's even worth cleaning up the friction plates or not. Probably, I mean, probably be better. I mean, they've got rust all over them from the drive plates, so rusting down in here. Yeah, the tabs have got rust on them. But yeah, these were so. I mean, look at these. There's no oil on any of these surfaces right here. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, but yeah, most of these, even though there's been oil on it since I put new oil in and I've run the engine a bit, it's not getting into the clutch plates. So they're just so melded to the drive plates. So yeah, I think new clutch plates and drive plates are in order, unfortunately. I will have to look up the specs for the springs to see if they're okay. They look okay, so hopefully they are okay, but yeah, these clutch plates are no good. They're bad. So, how about this guy being aluminum? Not prone to so much rust. Seems okay. Let's have a look at this check valve. I don't know. I haven't been able to find much information on it. The manual barely mentions it. Well, it moves okay. Oh, I can see the spring down in there. Spring looks okay. This looks like it's had oil on it. Possibly the whole time, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it looks pretty good to me. So I mean, not that I'm an expert or anything, but as far as I can tell, it's okay. So that's good. That's one of the things I wanted to physically look at. So. There we go. Okay, well, unfortunately I had to send back my new camera because it won't focus on anything nearby, and apparently they're all like that. So I tried to fix my old camera. Unfortunately, I destroyed the sound completely instead of improving it. So now I'm on my old camera. So hopefully that's picking up sound okay. But in the meantime, I got new drive plates, new friction plates. It came in a kit with springs, so I went ahead and bought the springs. The old springs may be okay, but it came in a kit and it was cheaper than buying them separate. So let's see, I got this guy all cleaned up. Got the pressure valve put back in. Got new seals. Got it all cleaned off and recoated with clear coat. So we are doing pretty good. There's one O-ring. I'm not sure where it went. I had it yesterday, and then here's like a shim that goes on this piece, but it doesn't stick anymore because it's not oily. So I'll have to make sure I don't lose that. I'm not sure what I did with that O-ring. Where did that O-ring go? There it is. Okay, I found it. So this little O-ring will go on there before I put it all back together. I don't know if you can see very well, it's getting dark, but I have that shim back on the kick lever, and I've got the clutch plate I'll put back together. I need to torque these still. I will do that another day though. For now I think I'll put the cover plate on to keep the weather out and call it a night. So, but yeah, it seems to work okay. Let's see what happens if we push the... Ooh! Yeah. There's a little bit of play in the clutch, but it does open that up. So, not something it was doing before. So, okay, well, I'll get that buttoned up for tonight and work on it some more another day.